I was driving my Audi A3 8P at 120 kilometers per hour when my car suddenly jerked to the left. I felt an immediate loss of power and then smelled some burning brakes. When I pulled over, I saw smoke pouring out the front of the wheel, and in that moment, a thought hit me: what if my brakes completely failed? That wasn't the only issue. My car had already been making a funny, strange ticking noise and a shudder from the front, and I knew something was wrong. I thought it was my gearbox or drivetrain was about to fail. It turns out my CV joint was worn out too. In this video, I'll take you through the terrifying moment on the road, the repairs done to my CV joint and the brakes, and what I've learned from the specialist who fixed my A3. We're gonna look at is my CV joint. The first breakdown warning I had, it started up when I was driving home. I could hear a ticking noise and felt a slight shudder from the front. I knew something was off, and it sounded like something was coming from the front left side. The drive wheel side is basically on the left. But here's the thing: once you start noticing a weird noise in your car, you can't unhear it. Every bump, every turn, I kept on wondering, is it getting worse? I had to drive carefully under 100 k's per hour, just hoping I'd make it home without something snapping. I took the car to Bag Boy's workshop, and after the test drive, Ryan confirmed you could hear a ticking noise and could feel the shudder. And then reality hit. If I ignored this, it could have been looking at a full drive shaft failure.
Left hand side jack stands are on. I'm gonna put the right hand side now. It's turning.
Yeah. It's like a limited switch or something.
Oh, it wasn't turning on the other side.
Yeah, because the other one was down.
Oh
Like a
shit!
slip or something.
So we're definitely gonna get a CV, change it out. Yeah. It looks a bit rusted too. So we drove the car on the jack stands to replicate the noise, and then we found that the CV, even though we identified that the grease was coming out when you take it for service yesterday, it was pretty much tired. So on my way back, it just got really loud. So Ryan's diagnosed it and realized that it is definitely going to be the CV joint that needs to be replaced on the inner side.
Ryan found the CV boot was completely worn out, which meant grease had leaked out and metal was grinding against metal. That's never a good sign.
So Ryan, 1 CV is 0.
No. Zilch for the CV.
Look at the mess here.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's clean up time. Okay, sweet. So let's go get your inner and then I'll come back and clean it. I just want to catch the shop open.
Can't see where it bust though.
I should be able to open this. I'm going to open it when I come back. So
Okay.
let me just keep
Definitely
my hands
from-
clean.
Yeah.
So I can go to the shop.
We wasted no time. I bought a new inner CV joint. Ryan removed the drive shaft, cleaned everything out, and then reassembled it. After the repair, the sound was mostly gone, but something was still felt off. A few days earlier, when I took the car to JTAC, JP found something shocking: a missing CV bolt, and that could have been the cause of the CV joint wear.
New parts. CV is greased. Just gonna slot it into the shaft and then put out the caps. So we just need to fit the boot. Need to put that clamp in there. So bottom clamp, boot, top clamp. Make sure everything is all tight, and then Ryan is gonna fit it back into the car.
This side.
So do not be quicker if you had to go get the CV, you know what I'm saying?
Now we needed
So
a
Ryan's
sample.
done here.
Oh.
We just put on the clamps, the caps. Now we're gonna fit it back on.
Easy. Just like that. And I'm trying to save.
And now what you putting on there?
This is copper grease.
Copper
Because we
grease.
struggled to get it out the first time, so I'm just trying to make sure it's easier next time. With a little bit of copper slip.
Oh, it doesn't get stuck in there.
Yeah.
And there's extra lube here.
Yeah.
Fruity lube. So Ryan likes the smell of this lube.
In my opinion, this is the best brand locally to get your CVs and brake boots.
It's Techno.
Diagnose or
Diagnose.
Yeah.
Diagnose is a good brand.
In the first place. Could this mean that the previous owner's repairs wasn't done properly? Was it just an unlucky failure waiting to happen? So the next issue was the brake locking up at 120 kilometers per hour. The most terrifying moment I had after fixing the CV joint, I thought my Audi was finally sorted, but I was wrong again. A few days later, I was cruising at 120 k's and enjoying the drive when suddenly, bam, the car jerked to the left. For a split second, I completely was out of control. The steering felt heavy, the power dropped, and my mind was racing. Did I just pop a tire? That's a question to myself. Did I break my gearbox? Another question to myself. But then the smell hit me. It was burning brakes, almost to the smell of a clutch. When I parked, I saw something I thought I would never see or wanted to see. Smoke coming out the front left tire. My brakes had locked up so badly that the rotor was overheating. I had no choice but to let the car cool down and then hope it wouldn't happen again on my way home. I made it back home without any issues, but the fear never left. I thought of getting stuck on the highway, or worse, crashing played over my mind over and over. I had no idea if this was going to be just a one-time problem or it's start of something much more worse. And I'm sure many of you have been through this before. I took the car to West Coast Brake and Clutch, and the guys immediately knew the issue. They told me that the A3 8P has a known caliper piston issue, and mine had finally given in. The brake pads were scorched, the rotor had turned blue, and my brake fluid was low. The team cleaned out the piston and caliper, resurfaced the pads, replaced the brake fluid, and bled the system.
So the car is on the ramp. The guy has done an assessment. Pretty much unsure of what the actual damage is in terms of the caliper and the condition of the piston. But what he's going to do for now is, because of time, he's going to lubricate the piston, pump it in and out, remove any debris, make sure the rubbers are not sticking, and he's going to let me continue to drive it and see if it needs more than just that kind of work, and we're going to look at maybe just getting it to be serviced. So then probably be the left and right. So now at the moment, if you're watching, you can see he's pumping the brakes and topping it up with fluid just to make sure that the car is basically let out in the system, and see if the piston's all good. There's no brake pads, or the disc is still there, no brake pads on the caliper, so the piston can move easily in and out, full extension, and then back into position. He'll push it. Okay, cool.
The problem was fixed. But here's the thing, once your car does something like this to you, you never really stop thinking about it. Every time I hit the brakes, now I listen and I wait and I wonder, what if it happens again? That doubt has never left me. This was a scary experience between the ticking CV joint and the brakes locking up at 120 kilometers. My Audi A3 gave me a wake-up call. Regular maintenance is key, and I was lucky to fix these issues before something worse happened. Have you ever had brake failure or drivetrain issues? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe for more Audi A3 8P content, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on the next one. See you guys in the next video.